everyone! Random back with, I guess, part 2 of the office tour. Sorry it's been taking so long. These tend to fill up my memory card very, very quickly on the camera, so, I figured I'll break it into more than one part. So this part is going to focus on, like, the guitars and some of the shelf things. But yeah, so I know a lot of you have probably seen this bad boy right here. Oh god, I'm so bad at holding the tablet still. I do record on the tablet and not like a camera, but a lot of you have seen the Martin. This is actually a real, genuine Martin. It's a real one, but it does have the custom, and I don't know if you can ever see that on camera. I have no idea what I knocked over back there, but whatever, who cares? Probably an empty bottle of something. Probably Mountain Dew, nothing exciting, but yeah, it's a real live Martin. But what you can't usually see is that this is all wood burned. So that this is burned in, which makes it kind of cooler. And I've always wanted a awesome Ouija board guitar ever since seeing like the old Marilyn Manson videos. So that's kind of my favorite acoustic at the moment. I can't see ever parting with it, but that is definitely my favorite. And of course it's got no fret markers there, but it does have them on the sides here. You can see the little dots, which I think is kind of awesome. You can probably see my horrible messy room back there. The CDs are going to be another part of the tour, and then like the old microphone stands and crap that's in the way. But yeah, you got the fret markers on the sides there. This is I'm the worst cinematographer, by the way, guys. Next up, this is my newest electric. It's the LTD F50. It's actually, this is like a good rhythm guitar. It doesn't have anything fancy, no whammy bars, no nothing. It's just a no fuss. It's pretty much stock. I do have different pickups I can put on there, but it sounds fine to me. I really like it. It's not too bad of a guitar. So that one. This one you probably hear, everybody likes the red guitar. I did move them over because I am going to head over to that side of the shelves at some point. Alright, next guitar. As you guys already saw all this stuff. Hopefully you guys already saw this stuff. The case, the coffin case. A lot of people ask about the coffin case. What's in it? Is there a body? Is something going to pop out of it? No, it's a Warlock. It's actually a really nice Warlock. It probably is not showing up at all. Probably not showing up at all. It is a neck through. It is very black. God, you can't even see it. Holy crap. I kind of need another person to film this for me. It is a very black, pretty guitar. I have no idea if you can kind of see the detail on it, but it is not... Oh, there, now you can see. It's not solid black. It is kind of this wood black color, but it is a neck through. It's got the Floyd Rose, so if anybody knows about that, it's got the super tremolo. Which sucks because I'm not a shredder. This is very much a shredder guitar. But I love it still all the same, and it's kind of like, I've had it so long, I can't really, I can't part with it. It does not show up. Hopefully it'll show up for you guys on camera. onto the other guitar. Oh, and of course, not Harvey. That's Stanley Cthulhu. He's actually huge. Oh no, it's Fez! I try and stand up and not shake all over the place. The last Star Trek merch I ever bought, the Migos. I don't know if I showed these off. I also got the Genie Migos. I have no idea if I showed these off on the other video or not. But yeah, not Harvey. He's kind of huge. But he is, I think as accurate to Harvey size as I can get him. Also, the little one. This is the little 16-inch. He's not really little, though. And, of course, we got a talking Pee-wee back there. So this is what people see. I have this wall space that I totally need to do something with. I need to put a few pictures. I've got a ton of pictures, but I never have any, like, room to do that. So this is to my right, usually. I do have a few posters I swap out between. But I think everything that's behind that stuff is going to be, like... probably another video in itself. Also, like the Rampage stuff. Yeah, Brian and Stewie. Misfits posters. So that Misfits poster I've had since I was like 15. But then as you go over here, my Mystery Science Theater autograph posters. I've got some Terraria stuff. Oh yeah, my Doomcock picture down there. You can kind of see it. This area that you guys can't see is a little more messy. But yeah, you can see my chat windows, my Steam stuff. Been listening to Big Elf quite a bit today too. Thanks so much to Fuzzdog for pointing those guys out to me. Hey, there's me. Hello, that's me. And one of the things I like is the slashers playing poker. I've got a couple of them on my screens over there too. Hopefully this is not super duper really bad, but I think another video we're gonna go through all the crap that's like in these other little cubbies. This is my old. I'm totally gonna drop this. Do not be destroyed. So this Fender, this has the same strings as the Martin. This is like a punk rock acoustic guitar. I've had this guitar since I was like 16. It's absolutely amazing and awesome and I love it. But yeah, it does not sound very good, but it's kind of easy to do punk rock on. And but I've had it for so many years, I just can't get rid of it. And it's probably not worth that much anyway. Oh my god, you can totally see my messy room and my reflection in the back. But yeah, there's the Fender. It doesn't sound terrible. It's not nearly as good and it doesn't ring as long as the Martin. And I did want to put the same strings on this as the Martin just to kind of compare. So yeah, that is the guitar portion. All right, now without completely dropping everything. Oh, and this will be alphabetized in at some point for people who didn't see the unboxing. I did end up grabbing the complete series for like just a ridiculously cheap price. So I did get this, and that's gonna be alphabetized in sometime. I should have done that tonight instead of making this video, but whatever. Alright, move the Martin out of the way so I don't destroy it. On to shelf stuff. Dark Shadows, the music box. I should have had that playing in the background, but obviously I don't want to get copyright claimed or anything. But I do have the music box from Dark Shadows. And, oh, underneath this Ren and Stimpy, there is a double-edged lightsaber. You can probably see it. That's one of the Darth Maul lightsabers. And this Ren and Stimpy set was probably one of the last things I bought at Toys R Us when that was a thing. So sad. But it's pretty much everything that I have in plushie form. They're not really huge either. They're kind of hand for scale. they're kind of small. This big crystal ball. So this big crystal ball, there's a story. I got this in LA on that trip. Sometimes you guys have seen that picture of me in LA where I've like got the long black dress. I got this crystal ball that day, and that trip that I was in LA for was to see the band Hole, and they played for the K-Rock Almost Acoustic Christmas back in '94. They were supposed to play in Denver for a concert. They ended up canceling to go to Saturday Night Live. So the radio station KTCL in Fort Collins ended up having a contest where you donate dolls because they had the song Doll Parts. And I ended up donating $1 doll, and I ended up winning the trip. So yeah, it was actually really awesome. And this has a, as I break everything. No, don't break everything. All right, we'll not be picking that up. It has a flat base, so it is a solid crystal ball. I ended up carrying that back on the plane with me, and they did not know what it was when they scanned it. And this is like pre 9/11, so security was still pretty. It was still pretty lax then, but they had no idea. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to bring that with me on a plane nowadays. And then, of course, I've got another little... That little crystal ball is round. That's a cool one. And it has, like, a little stand that kind of looks like a TV. Crystal... I have no idea where I got this Yoda. Mojo Jojo! I have that Mojo Jojo despite never seeing the Powerpuff Girls. But I have the Mojo Jojo. He does not work. He should, though. I have to have the little Steve from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I have a thing for monkeys. I really like monkeys and apes and chimps and stuff. And of course Nermals. So this Nermal is probably a Chuck E. Cheese thing. It is so rare to find Nermal anything. But I absolutely love Nermal. He's kind of adorable. Yoda! Okay, this Yoda back here is one of the only Yodas I've kept all these years because this Yoda ended up going with me to the UK. He's gone with me on concert trips from Colorado to Kansas to see like Danzig on my 18th birthday. with Electric Hellfire Club opening, a really amazing show. There's all kinds of stories with this Yoda. He has gone everywhere with me, so I keep him. And he's the Yoda from Burger King from when they had the, I want to say the prequels? No, not the prequels. The special editions were out, and that's when they did all the marketing for Yoda. Next, my Tribbles. So the white Tribble actually came in this box, and the brown Tribble was somebody else's, but I ended up getting that or they gave it to me for some reason. So I have 2 Tribbles in there, and those do take the 9-volt batteries, and they're the ones that rock when they purr, or they purr when they rock them. God, why can I not word today? But yeah, those Tribbles are really cool. I got them during the premiere event sort of thing for First Contact, when that was in the theater, and I got posters and shirts and all kinds of stuff, pins. I spent like a lot of money when that came out, when First Contact came out. So I got a crap ton of stuff. They had a merch table and everything. Doomcock Beer Stein. So the back has Doomcock's picture on it. I like this side though better. A Frisbee from a Rec Med place in Colorado. Also tricorder. So I did want to put the Doomcock cup right next to the Star Trek stuff, the TOS stuff, because I kind of associate TOS with Doomcock quite a bit. Now this was the absolute last thing I bought, and I do have an unboxing. Right at the beginning of my channel format change, I did a live unboxing and kind of rant about diversity about this Yoda. So if you guys do want to check that out, I did an unboxing for that. It's only like a half an hour stream. Yokai Watch stuff. I do still have a lot of Yokai Watch stuff. So that's Jibanyan and Whisper. It's a Japanese video game, kind of like Pokemon, only not. It's sort of like Scooby-Doo meets Pokemon meets Garbage Pail Kids. It's actually really awesome. I really, really like it. Now down to this stuff. I don't know how many of these things you've seen. The Targ. The Targ is from the Las Vegas Experience place. And of course the Targ kind of goes along with the Andorian, and there's a few more of them, but we'll get to the rest of them when we get there. So the Targ I've had for like 20 years. I did get the Andorian, the Ferengi, the Mugato, and the Gorn. And the Vulcan to complete the collection. There's the Vulcan. So I did get that to complete the collection. That's the whole set of the little Beanie Baby sort of things that they had at the Las Vegas Experience. I absolutely love the little plushies and stuff. They're really adorable. Now to the DVD part. This will probably end halfway before the shelf tour is finished anyway. Oh, Kids in the Hall! Woot. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time here for you guys too. So Kids in the Hall is one of my all-time favorite shows. I did get to see them live in Denver in 98 or so, maybe 99. It was really awesome. Bruce McCullough needed an oxygen tank on stage because the air in Denver is so thin. Which it is. Brain Candy. I had Brain Candy on Laserdisc too. I think I have the soundtrack as well. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So of course I have to have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's one of my favorite kind of crap horror movies, but it's fun. It's entertaining. I guess I have Kung Fu Hustle and Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Oh man, Lancelot Link Secret Chimp. So Lancelot Link Secret Chimp is one of those movies or TV series. It has like Bernie Capel from The Love Boat and Get Smart doing voices, and it's very much a Get Smart for kids, only just chimps. Alright, I'm gonna try and hold this so I don't end up, so I can handle some of this. There we go. Lancelot Link, it is absolutely awesome. It's one of the dumbest series I've ever seen, but I love it. It has one of the best theme songs. I have a bootleg of the record somewhere too, that I bought off of eBay. Land of the Lost. I desperately need season 2. I thought I had it. I think it got lost somewhere. I think it got lost. Little Britain. Oh, Porg overboard. We lost a Porg. So Little Britain is one of those awesome British sketch shows. It has Matt Lucas, who's in the newer Doctor Who, David Walliams. You have Tom Baker doing the voices too, like a voiceover announcer, but he kind of plays it as a crazy person. It's really awesome. Highly recommend Little Britain if you like British sketch shows. Little Women. Oh man, so Little Women is kind of my go-to Christmas movie. That and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Those are kind of my 2 Christmas movies. Don't judge. I was a teenager in the 90s. This is absolutely age appropriate for me. And I kind of have a thing for Victorian era anything, but The Lost Boys. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I do have the crappy... Actually, I think The Lost Boys is my favorite movie of all time, probably. But I was an 80s kid. So I do have the crappy first sequel. It's not good. Magic Sword. Because Mystery Science Theater is a dollar movie. Oh, this Manson family movie. Alright, this Manson family movie kind of bothers me. I think they should have swapped the actresses playing some of the parts. Because the girl playing Pat Krenwinkel really looked more like Squeaky to me, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm such a 60s file and I know so much about the whole Manson family case that it just kind of was a little weird to see some of the choices of casting. But I think the guy from Pantera, Phil Anselmo, did something in the production side of this. I think he produced this, or his production company did. My next gen phaser, yay! Complete Married with Children set. Oh yeah, the mannequin movies. I haven't watched these since I was a kid. Stupid mannequin movies. I ended up getting them for like $1 or something on a Black Friday sale. Mel Brooks set. That's awesome too. Love the Mel Brooks set. We did decide on a couple of polls that Blazing Saddles is the best Mel Brooks movie ever. So even better than Spaceballs and Men in Tights, Blazing Saddles is the best Mel Brooks movie. Men Behaving Badly. Alright, another British show. This is much better than the American version, obviously. Basically, a guy who lives in a flat with his best friend, and one of the girls lives upstairs, and he's got a girlfriend, and they always kind of hang out. And there's one episode that's really great. It's basically they're sitting on a couch watching City on the Edge of Forever. They're watching Star Trek, and it's just kind of all these funny things that entail while they're watching Star Trek. And then that's kind of the point of the whole series in a lot of ways, so I really love this show. The one lady calls Mr. Spock Spong or something. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. But I highly recommend the show. It's one of the great British sort of comedies that we finally actually got over here. Also, another great British comedy, The Mighty Boosh. This is like a kid's show for adults in a lot of ways. It's got music, it's very surreal, it's very weird. It's very much my humor. And I don't know how to describe it. They've got a shaman and a gorilla. There's, one season, the two main characters are in a zoo. One season, they're in a flat. One season, they're in, like, a shop. And they go on adventures. They have to, like, go and get the egg of Kakundu or whatever. And it's also been a while since I've seen this, but I really love this one. This is a great show. Monster Squad. Wouldn't be an 80s kid who liked horror without the Monster Squad. Porgs! I do love Porgs. Don't judge. Also, I'm total 60s file. Monterey Pop. This is the good special edition of Monterey Pop with, like, as much footage as you can get. And, of course, the first pressing ever of the Monty Python's Flying Circus DVD set. It's not, like, the good, shiny, new, tiny thing that doesn't take any space. And I do have a lot of the movies, too. I never got any of these on Blu-ray. I need to. But I did have this on Laserdisc at one point, and I did have to rebuy it, because this is my favorite Monty Python movie. And the Mr. Bean set. So I do have the Mr. Bean set. I think I have the Mr. Bean movie over there, too. I probably do. I probably talked about it. Love Mr. Bean. I just love British stuff so much. Mr. Show. Of course I have Mr. Show. The two Mummy movies. No, I don't have the third or the Scorpion King. I have the two Mummy movies because I'm a big horror fan. And these are actually kind of fun. These are just fun, stupid movies. The Muppet Show. So yes, I do have the fuzzy Muppet Show sets. They're really hard to find, and I'm assuming that they didn't release any more because of, like, music and stuff. Because I know, like, you have Alice Cooper on some of these, Elton John, Roger Miller was on some of these, Judy Collins, all these weird, obscure musicians that would never appear together in anything end up on The Muppet Show. And that's kind of awesome and crazy, and I love that. Alright. Muppets from Space. Oh, I do love Muppets from Space, kind of. It's so dumb. I didn't see it so much as a kid, but it was fun. It was fun and stupid. And I think it had a My Favorite Martian reference in there, as I recall. I haven't seen it in 20 years, but the one I remember seeing was The Muppets Take Manhattan as a kid. I saw that a billion times. I saw it in the theater. This is the one that I remember the most. My Fair Lady. Of course I have to have My Fair Lady. I kind of identify with Eliza Doolittle a little bit. And Mystery Science Theater, the movie. I had the Mystery Science Theater, the movie on Laserdisc. That poster back there that you saw earlier in the video, that is the movie poster from the theater as well. Of course, I have the Naked Gun set. these, I need all the National Lampoon movies. I think I only have this one, and I think I have Christmas Vacation. So I do need the rest. I absolutely love the Lampoon movies. Naked Space. Alright, so Naked Space is a Leslie Nielsen movie that is kind of one of those stupid parody movies of... It's kind of a parody of 2001. Except there's a monster that goes around singing, "I want to eat your face." This, I think, is a bootleg. It's kind of a terrible movie, but it has Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. It's kind of awesome at the same time. So I have News Radio. It's one of the few 90s shows I actually liked, and I didn't like it at the time, but I watched it all later. Oh, also, of course, Natural Born Killers, because I don't know why. I was a teenager in the 90s. The Nightmare on Elm Street set, of course I have that, because Freddy is my favorite. Freddy, I love Jason as well, but Freddy is like my favorite of the slasher movies. Nightmare Sisters! I absolutely have a huge love, and I probably watched all these way too young. Like 1991, I was probably 12 years old watching all the USA Up All Night sort of crappy horror movies like that. So you got like Linnea Quigley and Brinky Stevens and what's the other one? Michelle what's her name? Oh my god, I totally forgot her name. Yeah, it says it right there. You'll see it. But this is cool because this is one of those movies. It's kind of like they're geeky girls, and then they find this spooky thing, and they turn all slutty and sexy. It's kind of like it's a B-movie skin flick sort of thing. It's great. It also has a really obscure band called Haunted Garage that I highly recommend. Absolutely check them out. I can never find it. They have like a song called Two-Headed Brain in a Jar, which is the only song I've ever been able to find ever. So if anyone can like hook me up with Haunted Garage, I would love that. I love really obscure music that nobody's ever heard of. And this got misalphabetized. Oh well. Opera! Because I have to have Dario Argento stuff. This is my favorite film genre, is the girl alone in a boarding school and spooky stuff happens. So pretty much every Dario Argento movie is kind of my favorite genre, or one of my favorite genres. The Outsiders. Of course I have The Outsiders. The other genre I love is a demonic possession-y sort of things. So of course The Omen. I love like the Satan-y stuff and the demon-y stuff as far as like my horror preferences go. So I love The Omen as well. Pandemonium! When will you get an official release of Pandemonium? This stars absolutely everyone. Carol Kane, Tommy Smothers, Paul Reubens, aka Pee Wee Herman. Judge Reinhold is in this. Squiggy is in this. Like, pretty much everybody is in this. Tab Hunter's in this. Eve Arden, Eileen Brennan, fucking everybody. Edie McClurg is in this. Please release Pandemonium on DVD. This is a bootleg from a recording, I think, and that's the only way I could get it, is to buy a bootleg. If you release it, I would buy it. Also, I think I have all the first 3 Paranormal Activity movies. They're kind of crap, but they're not too bad. Pee-wee's Playhouse. These still hold up. I watched these not too long ago. They still hold up. This is my favorite when I was a kid. This and Land of the Lost. The Land of the Lost reruns, like the original, they would rerun the original. So those are definitely some of my favorites as a kid. Also, of course, I have Pet Sematary, the first one. Police Academy. Oh, and Phenomena. The other Dario Argento, sort of more of the Dario Argento, my favorite ever genre. Police Academy. Of course, I have the Police Academy set. 2, 3, and 4 are the best. Absolutely. Police Squad. Yeah, I actually had to watch Police Academy to cleanse my palate while I was watching Star Trek Discovery, trying to review it. Yeah, Police Squad I do have, and I have the Naked Gun movies as well, you just saw. Polish Vampire in Burbank. So Mark Perot is one of my favorite nobody filmmakers. I think they filmed this on like a $2,000 budget or something. It was something ridiculous like that, or $27,000. And yeah, it's about a vampire who doesn't want to go out and bite necks. And it is kind of like Twilight, only not. It has Eddie Deason. He was supposed to star, and I think he ended up quitting halfway through. It's really awesome, though. So the director ended up starring. And yeah, it was kind of like Twilight, only before Twilight, only it's hilarious. It's got some of the most crazy... It's like a horror parody sort of genre that I really, really love. Porky's. Oh, Poseidon Adventure. I watched this one a million times, too, as a kid. Poltergeist. Okay, I do need the rest of these. Poltergeist is some of the only movies that scare me. And I'm working against the clock. I got 5 minutes, and I'm going to call it at the end of this shelf. So when we come back, we'll go to the next shelf. But Oh yeah, Pretty Poison. I think there's an official release for this, and thanks for the spoiler right there on the cover. So this is Tuesday Weld and Anthony Perkins, and it's kind of a suspense sort of movie. It came out in the 60s. Kind of cool, actually. Yeah, here's another one. It's a weird movie. It's more of a drama, but I used to watch this all the time, so I ended up having to buy it. And it does have people who ended up, like, in Star Trek and Babylon 5 later on. Like her, she ended up married to Londo in Babylon 5. Mary McGregor. That's her character name. And of course, Pamela Franklin was in Voyager, actually. She ended up in Voyager on the holodeck in Fairhaven. Princess Bride, one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Pulp Fiction. I like Pulp Fiction less than Reservoir Dogs. Red Dwarf. Everyone says, do you have Red Dwarf? Do you like Red Dwarf? Yes, I love Red Dwarf. Absolutely. One of my all-time favorites. I don't have enough nice things to say, or I don't have enough time to say nice things about Red Dwarf. Funny, sci-fi, British. Yeah, that's all you need to know. One of the best series ever made. And I did get to meet, or I didn't get to meet, but I got to see Danny John Jules in person at Comic-Con in the UK when I went, so that was really awesome. Ren and Stimpy, I do have, like, I think everything available of Ren and Stimpy, including the adult party, like the lost episodes. Adult party cartoon, all the porn Ren and Stimpy, basically. No receipt. I have receipts in here? Okay. Reno 911 I started collecting. This is a really good show. I wish I would have continued it, but, yeah, I need to finish up the set at some point. Reservoir Dogs I do like more than Pulp Fiction. It's just, it's a better movie, I think, in my opinion. Return of the Living Dead! Holy crap. So, Return of the Living Dead is probably another Linnea Quigley movie. This is probably the first time it ever came out on DVD. It's I think, embossed. Oh yeah, it is, and it glows in the dark. This has one of the best soundtracks as well. You've got 45 Grave, Rocky Erickson, The Cramps, TSOL. I mean, just the soundtrack is amazing, too. It's kind of a parody of Night of the Living Dead. And, of course, I've got some of the I have all of the Oh, I don't have the second one. I don't have Return of the Living Dead 2. I need that. But I've got 3, 4, 5, and 6, I think. Oh, 4 and 5. Yeah, what's this one? Rave to the Grave is on this one. God, these two are bad. Those two are bad, but that's alright. And, of course, a couple of the Reanimator sequels. I don't think I have the original, though. The Revenge of the Nerds set. So, the Nerds movies is why I kind of like Nerds. Lewis's line where jocks think about sports, nerds think about girls. That's kind of that's stuck with me, and I watched that way too young. Don't watch Revenge of the Nerds if you're like a kid, but I watched that way too young, and that really, really stuck with me, so. Guilty Pleasure, stupid Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's a dumb movie. Rocket Man! Harlan Williams, one of my favorite comedians ever. This is the only Disney movie I think I have. It is live action. It has William Sadler and Chimps and Harlan Williams. So that's all you need to know. It's kind of hilarious and stupid. This is not a CD. This is Rock and Roll High School. That is Rock and Roll High School. I don't know why it came out on that, but that was like probably the first time Rock and Roll High School came out. I need Rock and Roll High School forever. I used to have it on VHS. And to fill out this video, the Rocky and Bullwinkle set. And this drives me nuts that this one, this last one, is different than these boxes. And I hate it when they do that, but this one was not available in this packaging. So I do have the complete Rocky and Bullwinkle because I love Rocky and Bullwinkle. I'm a 60s file, as I've said. And yeah, I love everything about it. It's a great show. I absolutely adore it. And of course, Dudley Do-Right, Fractured Fairy Tales, all of that. So yeah, this video is long enough. Hopefully it's not too shaky. And I will get to the rest of the crap on my shelves at another time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am MechaRandom42. aka Random Game User 42. I have Twitter, I have Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're brand new, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!